Hello, I'm Amara Jones, and welcome to caffeineTV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 3, as in the third American to be beheaded by ISIS this year. Grim video of that horrific event was posted by ISIS on YouTube yesterday, and the victim was 26-year-old Abdulrahman Kasich of Indiana. Now, Kasich is a veteran of the last Iraq war, where he received some medical training, and after converting to Islam, decided to use that knowledge to provide medical care to victims of Syria's civil war. And that's where he was and what he was doing when he was nabbed by ISIS. He was saving lives in Syria. Now, last week we spoke about the fact that President Obama is sending thousands of troops to Iraq in order to combat ISIS, but there's a question from this latest incident as to whether or not ISIS is getting the message, and that raises the question of what our strategy is and what we're doing there. But the body that's supposed to debate all of that, the Congress, hasn't been able to do so because they've worked fewer days than any other modern Congress in history, and are talking about going back to Washington this week to shut down the government over immigration, upset about the fact that President Obama might allow 5 million kids and their parents who are here without documents to stay here for a while without being deported. Well, let's just hope that the Congress keeps on the lights and somehow manages to stumble into a national security debate about a real issue rather than an imaginary one. The next number up today is 2, moving in a completely different direction than that last segment, as in the second marriage of Solange Knowles, the 28-year-old wed 51-year-old Alan Ferguson at the Marigny Opera House in New Orleans, in a star-studded wedding. But I guess when you are a star-studded family, that's the only kind of wedding you can have. And if you haven't seen the pictures from that wedding, go to caffeineTV's Facebook page and take a look at them, because they are amazing. And in a week in which Kim Kardashian broke the internet by taking off all her clothes and showing us what she's working with, what's amazing about these photos is that there's a slew of famous women in front of the camera with all their clothes on. Not only Solange, but Beyonce and Janelle Monáe. And they all look elegant and classical and modern and just amazing, again, in front of the camera, and they have all their clothes on. And it's a welcome relief after seeing Miss Anaconda Nicki Minaj rolling around the floor and the aforementioned Kim Kardashian. And the public response is great, and let's just hope that that encourages more people to do things like this. And on this other question you might be wondering about from that wedding, the other couple there that everyone's been talking about recently, as Beyonce would say, they looked drunk in love. The next number up today is 2, and no, you're not losing your mind. We're talking as in 2, the number of days that the Aaliyah movie, the Lifetime biopic on the famous R&B singer, was trending on Facebook for all of the wrong reasons. Viewers thought that they were going to be treated to a flick that was a proper tribute to the person that changed modern music, but instead were given a visual representation of Who Let the Dogs Out. I mean, not only did they get her name wrong, calling her Aaliyah, which she constantly corrected people on, but the acting was bad, and the script was bad, and the shots were bad, and just everything was bad. And I think the backlash was so large against it because people thought that it was going to be better, given the fact that Wendy Williams is one of the producers, and given the quality of her show and her knowledge of pop culture, that it was going to be something else. But I actually think this is a larger issue for Lifetime, which is trying to make itself attractive to black women and to get more black women viewers. But that Aaliyah biopic was definitely a setback, and so now they're going to have to work twice as hard to get everyone to watch the Whitney biopic, which is going to be 2 months from now. And so let's just hope that they learn their lesson. If not, it's going to hurt their bottom line. But on these biopics without any budgets, and on the Aaliyah one in particular, all I can think of is the line from her song, which is "Lifetime, never, no more."